Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Ivrea. It's junior finals time, or semi-finals first and then finals. Great to have your company. We've got the C1 women's junior semi-finals about to start, and then followed by the K1 men's junior semi-finals. Having a look now at the start list for the juniors event. The first athlete on the course will be Marlena Durasova from Slovakia. The fastest qualifier, Gabriela Setkova from the Czech Republic, just ahead of Sona Stanoska from Slovakia, and Teresa Neblova from Czech Republic, and then Sage Donnelly from the United States. So that is a very good top four. And then you throw in Eva Hosova, who's already won a gold medal in the K1. Bethan Foro from Great Britain, very exciting up-and-coming talent. So it should be a fascinating event, this, but we're underway. And it's Marlena Durasova, the first athlete on the course. It's going to be a really interesting semi-final, and you think that anyone who can get through clean on this challenging course in the women's junior C1 will well and truly be in the mix for a place in the top 10. So let's see how the girls approach it. It may well be that they think, let's not take any risks, let's just try and get through without any penalties. Just be solid rather than spectacular. Durasova at this stage just taking it nice and calmly, nothing too radical. Oh, and there we go. She's missed that gate early on, so she's got to go back and try and recover that. That will cost her a bit of time and a lot of energy. She straightens up now, though, and she touches it on the way through the second time. So, and a touch on 11 as well. So 2 consecutive gate touches there for Marlena Durasova. It's going to make things a bit tricky for her. Rated 90th in the ICF World Rankings at the moment. Just trying to get her line back, goes very deep there, so she's left herself a bit of work to climb back up. Gets around now, coming down for the last bit of the course, needing to get up here through gate 19. Gets through there now, through gate 20, heading to the finish line. 125.85 with 2 gate touches for Marlena Durasova. Just waiting for that to be officially confirmed. 125.85. Second athlete on the course from Switzerland, Elena Marx. Oh, and she's run into a bit of trouble there too. A touch on gate 8 and some more troubles there. A missed gate number 10. She well and truly missed that, so that's a 50-second penalty for Elena Marx very early on in the piece. Difficult for her to pick up any ground now. You really cannot expect to progress. Although, having said that, we saw in the final of the under-23 C1, women's C1 this morning, half of the field missed gates. So stranger things have happened, which maybe is an important reason why even if you miss a gate early, you should still be really pushing hard. But there's a gate touch there again for Elena Marx from Switzerland. In fact, it's been awarded as a missed gate as well. And another one on 16. So Elena Marx, she's going to go back and try and fix up a gate there. She's fixed that one up. But now she's got to come down and fix up the rest, fix up 19. She's done that now. So good on her for digging deep and going back and trying to pick up a couple of gates there that she missed. So not an easy run. 3 missed gates for Elena Marx, but she's finished off strongly, so she can hold her head high. Now, this is the athlete from Argentina, Ocean Balak, one of the nice names in canoe slalom paddling. She's been a regular at World Cups over the past couple of years, and there's really been a noticeable improvement in her technique and her style. Everything's coming together for her. The gate touch there on 4, and I think possibly a missed gate there. Is she going to go back there and try and recover? I think she is. For Ocean Balak from Argentina, trying to minimize the damage at the moment. Gate 16, she's all right there. Gate 17, though, I don't know that she got that. Let's wait and see what the judges say. Gate 13, there was a gate touch as well. Coming around now, she's got just the 2 gates to go for Ocean Balak. Comes down now, she's heading for the finish line. Her time is not going to be anywhere near the quickest, but she's made it through to the end. And there's an asterisk next to her name at this stage. But it's Marlena Durashova from Slovakia who leads the field, as Iga Galowitz from Poland steps out. A couple of early touches already for Galowitz on gates 4 and 11. Gate 13 is also a really large touch. You can see just how hard these young girls are having to work on this course. This Ivrean course is really challenging. 4 gate touches now for Galowitz, and 15 has been deemed to be a missed gate. She certainly knocked the pole out of her way to try and get through, and unfortunately you cannot do that. So Galowitz's time is well and truly blowing out as well. But important for these young girls, for their confidence, that they do push it out and that they do work their way to the finish. And they can go back and look at this and build on it for the future. They are very young. A lot of these paddlers 16, 17 years old. Galowitz crosses the line now with 62 seconds in penalty. Zola Lewandowski from Germany. She won the slalom event. Oh, she's missed that gate though. Is she going to go back for it? No, she's not going to go back for it. She's just accepted that that one's gone. I was about to say she won the qualifying event in Barcelona for the Youth Olympic Games, the slalom part of the race. Oh, and now she's flipped over as well. Is she going to go back for that gate? No, she's given up on that one as well. So 2 missed gates, unfortunately, for Zola Lewandowski already. She tries to regain her composure now and head back and do gate 14 again. So she's through 14. She's not going to worry about 15. That one's a bridge too far, unfortunately. 16 is going to be hard work as well. I'm not sure whether she'll persevere with that gate as well. So Zola Lewandowski has not had the run she might have hoped for. Now here's a good name, Daisy Cool. Daisy Cool from Great Britain. Takes to the course at the moment. It's a very wide open leaderboard. None of the early paddlers have really tamed the course, it's fair to say. So for these paddlers, it's just a question, as I said in the introduction, a question of trying to get down clean without any penalties, and that may well be enough for an athlete to get through to the top 10. Certainly on the available evidence so far, a lot of these girls are going to really struggle on this course. It is a challenge. Even for the strongest athletes, it's a challenge. Daisy Cool is clean so far and going along quite nicely. So I know the Brits have high hopes for a lot of these young girls from the program they have going in Great Britain at the moment. It's such a great nursery for future talent in what is already an outstanding canoeing program, the British canoeing program. Switching hands there for Daisy Cool. Good to see. Switching again as she heads down through this tricky part of the course. Oh, no, she's gone over. She's got to get up and try and go back and get that gate. She's got plenty of time up her sleeve, and she got around nice and quick, so she just needs to get back up there and get through that gate, and she's done that. So, you know, it's so important that she did that, because the times so far have been really slow. So even though she flipped over there, she got back and she went through the gate, and that was important, so she didn't lose that 50 seconds. So only a 2-second penalty. She's going to come down, and she's going to be close to the fastest time so far on the course. As she comes down now to the finish line, it's going to be very close. She is unbelievable that she is still the fastest qualifier despite everything that happened there for Daisy Cool. She's managed to salvage something out of that run and put a marker out there for the rest of the field, which includes Lauren Roizen from France. Has an early touch on gate 7 for Roizen. Strong paddling family here, the Roizen family, of course. Ooh, just going past that gate there, so just having to go back again and correct her line. She's all right, though. Gets stuck in that stopper a little bit. She's out now, though. Bit of a log jam at the back now as the Italian Elena Mercozzi won a gold medal in the C2, the mixed C2. Would have loved that feeling of winning in front of the home crowd, and I'm sure that she's going out there now really determined. Oh, yeah, she's okay. That's a tough way to do that gate 3, but oh, she's going to go back. She wasn't sure, so that's not a bad strategy, just to make... Oh, no, she's not going to do it again. She's just straightening up. She was okay. She didn't need to go back and do it again. She got under there quite clearly. Now, Lauren Roizen, just FYI, she's finished the course, picked up 4 seconds in penalties, but is now the fastest qualifier with 1:19.87. 1:19.87. So Elena Mercozzi has that time to beat. Well, there's a missed gate, though, unfortunately, for Elena Mercozzi. 2 missed gates, gates 7 and 11. Have been deemed to have been missed, so just trying to cut the angles a little bit, and it's proved a bit costly as she comes into gate 13 for Elena Mercozzi. Big crowd here cheering on all the athletes, but especially the Italians. They were absolutely pumped when Jakob Wieger won gold medal this morning in the men's under 23 K1. Unfortunately, though, it hasn't helped Elena Mercozzi at this stage. She's picked up 2 missed gates plus a touch on gate 17, and there's another touch there on gate 18. She's trying to get back up. She wants to make sure she gets through that gate just to make certain. Touches it again, but at least it's not a 50. 18 is a touch. So not the run that Elena Mercozzi would have liked in front of her home crowd. Disappointment, but she has a gold medal in her keeping. And here's another Italian, Marta Bertoncelli from Italy. Let's see what she can do in front of the home crowd. Touch on gate 8. Doesn't really matter, though. There's so much wriggle room at the moment in this leaderboard. (16) is good. Just the one touch so far then on gate 8. Yes, she's okay. A little touch there, but at least she's through. And it wasn't that slow, so she's okay. Her time's going to be quick if she can finish off this race. One more gate to go for Marta Bertoncelli, and she will be the fastest qualifier so far. She comes down to the finish line now. It's going to be a good time, around 1:10, 108.39, and she's pretty pumped. She knows that it's a good time to have on the board with a lot of athletes still to come, but that will be Quite a challenging time. She has an asterisk next to her name. But it's still a very good time, 108.39. Emanuela Luknerova from Slovakia is the next athlete on the course. A touch on gate 3 already. Holding firm there through those 10 and 11. A little touch there on gate 12 as well for Luknerova. .13 is clear though. Just losing your line there though and having to go back to straighten up for gate 14. Needs to move across now for 15. She needs to get out of that stopper. It's hard work. You've got to really work on that. So she's lost quite a lot of time through that part of the course. Gate 16 though is okay. Now if she can finish off here okay, she'll be good. 17 was all right. 18 again, the stopper proving difficult for Luknerova, but she's there at the moment. She's got 2 more gates to negotiate. So she's not going to be the quickest, but she's going to be probably second or third, I'd say. Third quickest by the time she crosses the line here for Luknerova. Yep, third quickest for the girl from Slovakia. 2 gate touches, but moves her into second. So we've had 10 athletes on the course, and the gap between the first and the 10th is 188.83 seconds. So it's fair to say that the top 10 is pretty wide open at the moment. Here's Alexandra Choate from Australia, just losing the line there a little bit between 10 and 11, has to go back to try and correct it. She's got herself back now. She's through gate 11. Coming down now for the up gate for gate 12. Clean at the moment for Choate. Gate 13, she's clean through 13 as well. How important it is to try and have a clean run. Good little section there for Choate. Coming down now to 16. Still clean. She's through 17. And through 18. So a nice little run being put together here by the Australian Alexandra Choate. A little touch on gate 16. One more and a little touch on 19. But it's still going to be a reasonable time. She comes down to the finish line. Oh, didn't quite take the right angle there on the finish. But she's going to cross the line and be rated second with a time of 118.99. So 10 seconds behind Bertoncelli. But it is a time, and it's a time that others have to try and better. Zoe Jacob from Germany. Still no athletes have gone through clean in this event. I emphasize once again, if any athlete can head down there without any penalties at all, they're pretty well going to be guaranteed a top 10 spot this afternoon. A lot of mistakes being made. It is a very challenging course for these young ladies. Zoe Jacob is putting it all out there. She's trying to make sure she does have a clean run. It's been good so far. Challenge now though through 17 and 18, and it's a little touch on gate 16 unfortunately and again on 18 for Jacob. So 4 seconds in penalties. But the time is going to be okay. She's going to be about the run 13 mark, I think, when she crosses the line here. Yeah, good time for Zoe Jacob. Puts her into second place. 113.78 for Zoe Jacob. Now, Katja Bengari is on the course, and unfortunately she missed gate 3. So not the ideal start for Bengari. 50 seconds. It's really a wide open race, and I repeat, in the under 23 C1 earlier this morning, half the field missed a gate at some stage. Bengari's now missed 2, and she's got herself into an awkward spot there. Stuck in that stopper. Gets herself out of there now, though. Has to expend so much energy, though. And then you've got so much more of the course to go still. Every muscle in the body must be aching. She heads down now for the challenge in gate 13. Come on, get up, get up. Oh, I don't know what the judges will think about that. They've given her a definite touch. 2-second penalty to add to the 250s for Katja Bengari. And another touch there on 15. Time is ticking away, unfortunately. Another big touch there on 17. Gets around 18 though. I can tell you that Ellis Miller from Great Britain is on the course already and has made a good strong start to her run. We'll pick that run up in a minute, but at the moment nice and clean through the first 7 gates for Ellis Miller as Katja Bengari crosses the line from Croatia. Oh my goodness, get up. Oh no, unfortunately for Ellis Miller, that did not go the way it was meant to go, and the problem for her now is she's got to work out which gates she missed and which ones does she go back and go through again. She's going to try and get all the way back up there. Great stuff, gutsy performance from Ellis Miller. But unfortunately, gate 10 was also one that she missed, so she gets a 50 there. Oh, such a strong start to that run from Ellis, but that missed gate will cost dearly. Now she buries her nose on the rocks going around gate 13. And now the stopper comes into play. So after a good start, this run is really proving quite difficult. She's got the missed gate plus 4 touches for Ellis Miller from Great Britain. Fastest qualifier so far, Marta Bertoncelli, 108.39. Zoe Jacobs second, Alexandra Choate from Australia third. Zanat Achari from Russia is on the course as Ellis Miller comes down to the finish line. Not the run she would have liked, but let's pick up Zanat Achari from Russia. One gate touch, from Spain. What am I talking about? From Spain. One gate touch on gate 3. Had to work really hard to get through gate 11. She did brush it with her back, so another 2 seconds added onto her time there. Marta Bertoncelli will be sitting at the finish line now thinking that her time wasn't that bad after all, because no one else is getting anywhere near it. So many problems for these girls at the top of the course, and then that's meant to be the easy part of the run, and then they hit down here around this area here, and it's really tough. 16, 17, 18. Ooh, another touch there for Etchery. And stuck in the stopper. Oof, that is hard work for the young girl from Spain. She's going to go back and try again. She's a bit concerned about how she went with that gate, so she'll go through it again, goes through it now, gets it clean, heads over to the last of the up gates, and now turns for home. Zanat Etchery from Spain. Heads down now and crosses the line, and despite all that trouble, she still comes in ranked 9th in the current standings. Elizaveta Terekova from Russia has already struck problems. Missed gate 10, has touched 4 other gates, and missed another gate there. So problematic run, unfortunately, for Elizaveta Terakova. 5 gate touches and a missed gate, and ooh, she's working through there. Get it back, get it back. All right, she's got another touch there, so that'll be 6 gate touches and a missed gate. For Terakova. Now Leah Novak is on the course from Slovenia. Quite a competent paddler. Fast already. Little gate touch on 7. For Leah Novak. Coming down now through the dip. Oh, and a big gate touch there. I'm not quite sure how that will play out. A couple of little problems there for Novak. She's paddling back to try and get through that gate, but it takes a lot of effort. She has done it. Gate 11 though, she missed that. So a 50-second penalty for Leah Novak will rule her out. You would think. I'm not going to be presumptuous here because there's so many problems happening on this course. There have been 17 athletes compete so far, and 8 of them have all missed gates. Let's see what Nellie Bain can do from Germany. Nellie Bain has an ICF World ranking of 81. As Leah Novak crosses the line now, a lot of mistakes there. 6 gate touches and a missed gate. So problematic in the extreme for Leah Novak. Nellie Bain is having a pretty good run. A couple of touches early on in gates 3 and 4. Gets there, maybe there was a brush with the back, I'm not sure. We'll wait and see. Oh, there was there for Nellie Bain. In fact, that's a missed gate. Gate 10. A missed gate for the young German. So another athlete with a 50-second penalty. We're really seeing a struggle for a lot of these young ladies. Oh, and that might have been a problem as well. It's definitely a 2-second penalty there on gate 13 for Nellie Bain. Oh, nearly rolled it there, but she's got it back again. Pushes her way back up, and touches there as well. So, and another one there. So tough at the moment for these girls in this junior C1 event. They're working so hard. This is going to be such a learning experience as the big dark clouds in the background begin to roll in. I'm not quite sure if there's a thunderstorm forecast for this afternoon, but hopefully it will hold off until the end of proceedings. We still have the Extreme Canoe Slalom men's events coming your way later on this afternoon. So Nellie Bain crosses the line, 60 seconds in penalties. Hannah Thomas from New Zealand is on the course. She's fast so far and she's clean, which is what you need to do. She's missed a gate there though, so she's going back. She's trying to get back to correct the situation. Not quite sure from the camera angle exactly what, but there she is. She's managed to get through there, and now she comes back down, having sorted out that situation. Oh, there's a potential 50. She's going to have to go back and do that gate as well. Unfortunately, just crossing on the wrong side. Yep, she picks it up now, so that's good. She'll just get a 2-second penalty for that. And that's important that she does go back and make sure she doesn't get a 50, because there are a lot of athletes who have posted some pretty big times here, courtesy of some 50-second penalties. No, not that one. She's going to have another go. She is. Good work. Brave performance here from Hannah Thomas. She's working double to try and make sure she gets through this course without a 50-second penalty. Now she's caught in this stopper, and she's going to have to come back again and do gate 15. She's already done gate 14 once, so she's now done it a second time just to make sure. And through 15, good work. Comes down now to gate 16. This time, unfortunately, is blowing out. She only has the one gate touch, but she's had to go back and pick up a couple of gates along the way. So the time's not going to be that good for Hannah Thomas, but the good thing for her is that at this stage, no 50-second penalties. Meanwhile, in the background, I think you can see Anoa Lamero from Spain on the course. Hannah Thomas comes down now, 2 gate touches and 168 10th overall for Hannah Thomas. Now, problems for Hannah Lamero. She missed 2 gates. She's missed gates 10 and 11. So 100 seconds in penalties already for Anoa Lamero. Well, now we've lost all footage at the moment, unfortunately, of the race. So I can tell you I'm going off the live. 3 missed gates for Lamero from Spain. 3 missed gates. So this is her now. You can see on the screen coming down to the finish. And she's going to cross. Unfortunately, her time is going to be quite slow, 273.80 for Anna Lamero. All right, we're back now after a few problems. Actually, this is, I think this is footage from earlier on today, so we will ignore that and try and bring you up to speed with what's happening in the race that's underway at the moment. And on the course is Daria Shadorova from Russia. She's picked up 4 seconds in penalties. So ignore what you're seeing on the screen. This is not current. This is a replay of Jakub Wiga from this morning, winning his gold medal. Shadorova from Russia is on the course. We're down to the last 10 in the women's junior C1. She has 4 gate touches so far for Shadorova, but her time might be competitive if she can stay clean over the last few gates. So she's heading down now. She's got 2 gates to go for Daria Shadorova. And she crosses the finish line now. Let's ignore that. That is from this morning, unfortunately. I'm not quite sure what's happened with our broadcast. But Shadorova crossed and she's in 8th position for Daria Shadorova. Meanwhile, Bethan Foro is having a great run. Unfortunately, we can't see it at the moment, but she is having a great run. She is clean at the moment. She's just picked up her first touch on gate 12. And clean now, though, through the difficult parts of the course. This is going to be a very good time for Bethan Foro. If she holds it together through the 16, 17, 18, she's through 16 clean. She's picked up a little touch on gate 17. And the time, though, she's well and truly under the best time so far. This is going to be a very good time for Bethan Foro. She heads for home. And we wait now to get the official time. But it's going to be very fast. It's going to be the top qualifying time so far for Bethan Foro. Yes, 99.77. What a great time for Bethan Foro from Great Britain. More than 8 seconds quicker than the rest of the field. So she is our second qualifier. She's our first qualifier. She's gone through first. Marta Bertoncelli from Italy is also safely through. On the course now, it's Eva Hosova, the gold medalist from yesterday in the K1. Could she win a golden double? She's clean so far. A little bit off the pace of Bethan Foro, but she won't need to worry about that because there's a big gap. More than 8 seconds between Foro and Bertoncelli. So she doesn't need to panic about the time difference at the moment. Eva Hosova Picks up a touch on gate 10. Clean through 11 and 12. She's about 6 seconds behind Foro's time at the moment. So Bethan Foro will stay at the top of the leaderboard. And once again, apologies for the pictures. I think you're seeing replays from this morning. I'm not quite sure why, but I'll try and keep you up to date with what's happening live. We're just trying to fix this technical issue. Eva Hosova comes down now to the finish line. She's also going to be quick. She'll be second fastest, I think. She crosses the line now. Third fastest, 108.76. Now I think we're back live now. Yes, we are. Thank goodness for that. Alexandra Stack is on the course. There you can see her now. She's clean so far. Having to go back though there for that gate. Alexandra Stack, the time that they're all chasing, the only time under 100 seconds set by Bethan Foro. Oh, and Alexandra Stack has had a stack, and I think there'll be a problem there with that gate as well. Unfortunately for Alexandra Stack, she just lost her balance. She's picked up a 50 for gate 11, so disappointing for the young lady from Poland, Alexandra Stack. So that means that Zoe Jacob will go through. Zoe Jacob from Germany. Stack just making sure she finishes out the race though. Comes down now. She's just got 2 more gates to go, Alexandra Stack. Meanwhile, Eva Rahova from the Czech Republic is on the course. Oh, another roll over there for Stack, but she's corrected. She needs to be upright when she goes through the finish line, and she does. So well done, Alexandra, for finishing that race. Thank goodness, she said. But yeah, a little bit disappointed, I'm sure. Eva Rahova is on the course and is so far clean through the top 8 gates. Eva Rahova from the Czech Republic, a good paddler, experienced paddler in so far as a junior can be experienced. Let's have a look at her time though. That time that's set by Bethan Foro was very impressive. Sorry we couldn't bring you that, but it was a good time. As judging by Rahova, who's had a very good clean top part of the race, and she's still a couple of seconds behind. Bethan Foro picked up 2 gate touches and still managed to post a 99.77. Eva Rahova, clean so far. Could she be the first athlete to go through without a touch? That would be a very good performance. Oh, unfortunately, we're flicking back now to see the Italian. Borgi, Elena Borgi. I'll keep you up to date with Elena Rahova, Eva Rahova. It looks like she has had a clean run. What a great effort. First athlete to go through without a touch. Her time, 104.60 for Eva Rahova, so puts her into second place and qualifies her for the final. Here is the Italian, Elena Borgi. Well, a good run so far for Borgi from Italy. She's clean. Not as quick, but as long as she can stay clean, that's the important thing. She's 14 seconds down. At this stage, there's 14 seconds between, in fact more than that, between 1 and 10 there's 25 seconds. So she's got plenty of room. She just needs to stay clean and finish off the bottom half of this race. Elena Borgi from Italy, working hard to get back up now through gate 16. A touch though, unfortunately there, where it might be costly for Borgi, because her time is blowing out a little bit, but she's got 2 more gates to go. The young Italian, the crowd running along the bank, yelling at her, trying to cheer her on, trying to lift her through this back part of the race. Heads down through with 1 more gate to go and then a dash for the finish. Needs to get under 1:25 to be in the running. Oh no, she lost a little bit of time there. Unfortunately, I think she's going to be outside. Yes, unfortunately for Elena Borgi, just outside. She's 11th. Now here's Sage Donnelly, the American. What can she bring to the table? We know how good she is. We know how experienced she is. Alexandra Choate, by the way, from Australia, is through to the final. So great result for Choate. Sage Donnelly from America, very much the journey woman of world canoeing, travels the world. Wouldn't be many days in a calendar year that she's not sitting in a canoe somewhere, doing something. Clean so far for Sage Donnelly. Needs to just straighten up. Oh, she's got a bit of work to do here, but she's going to be okay. She's very strong, so she'll be fine. She's corrected that. She's just got 2 more gates to go for Donnelly. Her time should be okay. Just needs to get through this last gate, and then she'll be heading towards the finish line and should be okay. She should be well within the qualifying time for Sage Donnelly. Crosses the line now. She's 4th and into the final. A nod of the head for Sage Donnelly. Thank you very much. Well done. Now, here's a bit of quality in the field. Not that we haven't had quality before. Lots of quality athletes, but Teresa Neblova from the Czech Republic. She should be able to tame this course a lot easier than some of the earlier athletes. She's quite experienced. She's done a lot of C1 paddling. Swaps hands. Oh no, she got into some trouble there. Spoke too soon. She tried to cut that corner. She's got to race back now and try and pick up gate 10. Does so now. Didn't lose a lot of time, and she has got plenty of time to work with. There's a big gap in that top 10. Plenty of room for Neblova. She needs to go into 125 to be inside the top 10. So even though she missed that gate, she's 11 seconds down, and the gap between 1 and 8 at the moment is 20 seconds. So she doesn't need to panic. Just hold it together for the back half of this race and she'll be okay. If she can maybe just 1 more gate touch she can get away with, but if she can hold it clean for the rest of this race. Oh no, she's got a problem there now. She's got to go back. She's okay. She's straightened it up. She's going to be okay. She's got 1 more gate after this. There's the penultimate gate. She's got 1 more downhill gate. So despite all that trouble, she's going to be into the final, which is a good result because she deserves to be in there. She's a very accomplished paddler. She gets in there now. She's 6th. She can't believe it. How could I be in the final after all that trouble? But she has qualified. She's got an asterisk next to her name. But there's a bit of wriggle room there for Teresa Neblova. Sona Stanoska, 2nd in qualifying with a gate touch. A very good paddler. Will probably be close to the favourite for this event if she can get into the final. Let's watch what she can do. The girl to catch at the moment is Bethan Forrow, who could not have been more impressive. 99.77 with 2 gate touches for the Brit. But let's see what Sona Stanoska can do. She's incredibly experienced. She's been doing some World Cups this year. She's strong. She's focused. Swaps hands with relative ease. Comes around now. Swaps again through 17 and 18. Does the spin. Nice little move there for Stanoska. Little touch there, but that's not going to cause too many problems on gate 18. 2 more gates to go. And Stanoska should be safely through. She's going to go over the 100, but it doesn't really matter. It's going to be good enough for Stanoska to make her way into the final. She'll go through in third, possibly fourth. We've got one more athlete to come. So Stanoska is through. One more athlete, and here she is, Gabriela Setkova from the Czech Republic. Does a lot of wild water paddling. Her and her sister, so is not unfamiliar with fierce water. I wonder whether the times have been relayed to her. I wonder if she knows that she's got a lot of time to wriggle with. Just 19 seconds, more than 19 seconds at the moment between first and ninth. So she's well and truly inside that qualifying time at the moment. Just needs to make sure she doesn't miss a gate. Touching a gate will be fine. Missing a gate will be devastating for Gabriela Setkova. Good at the moment though. Clean. Not taking too many risks. Just needs to stay sensible. A little touch there, unfortunately. 17, but that's not going to matter. Her time's going to be quite good, I think. She's got two more gates. Comes around now. The time will be around the 1:08 mark, I think, once she gets over the finish line for Gabriela Setkova. Oh, there we go. I can guarantee she did finish. 1:04.71, so takes her into third position for Gabriela Setkova. Now, top 10 then into the final. Very impressive fastest qualifier. Look at that. Bethan Foro, four seconds in penalties, but went under the 100, 99.77. Eva Rahova, one of only two athletes in the top 10, three, to have a clear run. She was second fastest. Gabriela Setkova third. And then Sona Stanoska fourth. Marta Bertoncelli from Italy fifth. Sage Donnelly from the United States sixth. Eva Hosova from Slovenia seventh. Teresa Neblova from the Czech Republic eighth. Zoe Jacob from Germany 9. And Alexandria Choate from Australia 10th. So looking at the makeup of that final, 3 Czechs into the final, an Italian, an American, a Brit, an Australian and a German. So a good field, a really good field. But Bethan Foro has made it clear she is the athlete to beat. If she can replicate that form. We're looking again now at the Italian Bertoncelli, who qualified 5th fastest. Let's have a look now at the men's junior K1. 40 athletes in this event. Only 10 go through. So we're underway. This is the men's junior K1, a field of 40. And the first athlete on the course from Poland, Bartosz Kubik. Bartosz Kubik heads out to do his stuff. Beautiful afternoon here in Ivrea. There's a little bit of dark cloud out there, but I'm not sure that we'll expect any rain for a little while yet, so we should be okay. As Bartosz Kubik just wants to redo that gate. He wasn't happy with... No, he's not. He's just straightening himself up for the next gate. He's clean so far. No, he's not. He's just managed to collect a gate. So Bartosz Kubik. Ooh, it is going to be contentious. I'm not quite sure. Actually, my apologies. This appears to be a replay again. There's a replay from earlier on. I think we'll have another. Yeah, that's not on the course at the moment. So we'll just try and find out what's going on with this feed. Apologies for what's happening. I can tell you Bartosz Kubik posted a time of 93.89 with 4 gate touches. And currently on the water is Ivrea from Hungary. Clean so far for Ivrea from Hungary. Heading down now to the bottom of the run. Still clean run for Ivrea. The time for Rax to beat is 93.89. Now we've picked up the coverage again. We're back on with the live pictures, thank goodness. So just a 1 gate touch for Rex, but he is now the fastest qualifier. 92.72 for Ivrea. This is Peter Pruzak from Poland. Oh, he's missed that. He's got to go back. Just took it. Oh, and he's still got a problem, unfortunately, for Peter Pruzak. We'll see what the judges rule on that one. In fact, they've put a 50 on, I think, for Peter Pruzak. We don't have the clock on the screen at the moment, but I can tell you he got a 50 there for gate 8 for Peter Pruzak, so a bit of a problem. Otherwise clean though. Now he's not. He's now got a touch on gate 16. Oh, and it might be a problem there as well. Unfortunately for Pruzak. Gets around 19. Gets a 50 though. He cut that very fine. So 2 50-second penalties for Peter Pruzak from Poland. It's going to make it impossible for him to get through to the next round. Let's see what Alexander Rashev can do from Russia. Clean up the top of the course so far. Big touch there, unfortunately, but he's fast, so 2 seconds is better than a 50. Nice little spin there from Rashev. Got himself in a bit of a hole there, though, but he's out now. Gets around gate 12. Big touch on 13, cuts it very fine. Gate 12 has been deemed to be a missed gate as well for Rashev, and I think 13 is as well. So 2 gates there that he tried to cut the corners and has paid the price, unfortunately. So 100 seconds in penalties already, plus a gate touch, so 102 seconds in penalties. puts him, unfortunately, well and truly out of the picture. Alexander Rashev. Patrick Juracek from Slovakia takes to the course. Fast so far for Patrick Juracek from Slovakia. The top athletes in this field, if we look at the fastest qualifiers, a couple of Frenchmen, Anatole Delassus and Vincent Delahaye, were the fastest two qualifiers. Felt like an eternity there for Patrick Juracek to get around that gate, but he's through. He's clean so far. No athlete has been through from the men's clean yet, so see how he goes with 17 and 18. He's going to go and do a spin. Oh, there's a touch there, unfortunately, for Juracek, and a bit of a problem in the stopper, but he's out. Straightens up now for the run home. Crosses the line now. Third quickest for Patrick Juracek with just the one gate touch, but behind the time of Kopany Raks from Hungary. Igor Smirnov, the Russian, is the next athlete on the course. Oof, it's tight for Smirnov. But he's okay. No problems yet, according to the judges. Clean run for Smirnov. Fast too. He's more than 3 seconds up now on the quickest time, the one set by Kopany Raks from Hungary. And he's clean, which is the important thing. Here he comes. Around gate 16. No touch there. Tight though, very tight. 17 is fine. 18 is also fine. Heading for a clean run here. He's through 19. This has been a good run from the Russian, Igor Smirnov. Straightens up now. He does have an asterisk next to his name, but at this stage it's clean, and at this stage it's fast. That's your fastest time, folks. That's your new #1 qualifier, Igor Smirnov from Russia. More than 8 seconds quicker than Kopany Raks from Hungary. There is that asterisk there next to Smirnov's name, but at this stage he is the quickest man on the course. Kazuki Sato from Japan might have something to say about that though. Well, he has 2 early gate touches for Kazuki, so not the start that he would have wanted in this event. There are 40 athletes who are going to have a crack at the semi-final, and only 10 will get through, so the asterisk has been removed from Smirnov's name, so he's okay. That time of 84.07. Four touches for Kazuki Sato now from Japan. Too many really to be able to... Oh, and he's done a roll. He's lost it there, unfortunately, for Kazuki Sato. He's going to have to go back now and try and recover those gates if he can. Just trying to push for that little extra advantage, maybe fully aware that he had a few gate touches and needing to pick up some time, but it's backfired on him, unfortunately, so he's got to cross with 10 seconds worth of penalties at least for Kazuki Sato. Here he comes now, and unfortunately that time is not going to be of much use to him in the final analysis. Another Russian now steps out, Dmitry Labasov from Russia. He's also gone out nice and quick. It's his countryman Igor Smirnov who sits at the top of the leaderboard at the moment, so that's the time that he's measuring himself against. Oh, and the gate touch there, big touch there for, and another one, so 2 in a row. And make that 3 in a row for gate touches for Dmitry Labasov from Russia. Gets around 13 though without a touch, so, but then picks up a gate touch on 14 and maybe 15 as well, I think. So this is a pretty messy run here from the Russian. 5 touches already. 17 is okay. 18 is okay, so just that little stretch in the middle there has caused him some problems. He's still quite fast though, but 10 seconds in penalties really is the case of what might have been for Dmitry Labasov. He comes in ranked 4th. If you could take those 10 seconds off, and of course, if is a big thing, he'd be sitting up there in 2nd position at the moment. Murilo Sorgets from Brazil heads out on the course. The Brazilian is clean so far and he's looking quite fast, putting together a nice top half of the run. Qualifying run, this is the semi-finals of the men's junior K1, and he's quickest on the course so far and he's clean. Murilo Sorgets from Brazil, still clean, coming down here. Oh, there's a touch there for 16. His first touch though on the run. 17 is good, as is 18. This is going to be a nice little run here for Murilo Sorgets as he comes down with one more gate to go. 84.07 is the time he needs to beat. He's going to be very close to that time. He's right on 84.65. So just behind the mark set by Igor Smirnov, but that takes him into 2nd position. With a gate touch, the gate touch would have put him under Smirnov's time, but it doesn't really matter as long as he can get himself into the final, and then it's anyone's race. Here's a Kiwi, Damien Torwick from New Zealand. Looking forward to seeing what Damien can do here. One of the young breed of up-and-coming paddlers in New Zealand, where canoe slalom is really going great guns. As is canoe sprint, of course. It's a very good canoeing program in New Zealand, and they're putting a lot of time and effort into building up these young guys. That was tight. That was very tight. And the judges said, yep, that's okay. Now they've gone back to gate 4, all the way back to gate 4, and given him a touch on gate 4. And a big touch there for gate 13 as well. So 2 touches so far for Damien Torwick from New Zealand. Maybe a touch there on their way out. Yes, there was on gate 16. Just brushed it with his back, unfortunately. 17's okay, but he's got to work hard to get his line again. He's got caught in that stopper a little bit, unfortunately, but needs to finish it off to be in the mix. He can still post a reasonable time here. He has one more gate to go. He's going to be around the 100-second mark. Comes down now. Oh, hits that not quite how he would have liked, but crosses the line now. Ranked 7th for Damien Torwick from New Zealand. Has an asterisk next to his name as well. First 10 athletes are gone. 30 to go in this semi-final of the men's junior K1. This is Ines Niboski. This has been a nice run so far from Niboski. Nice and clean, no touches. Just a little bit outside the time set by Smirnov. Just over a second out, but clean. Smirnov, the only athlete so far to go through clean in this men's competition. And there's a little touch there on gate 16 for Neviovsky. 17's okay, 18 looks like it's okay as well. Comes up to gate 19. He's clear through 19 as well. So one more gate to go. Wants to get around the low 90s for his time to be anywhere near the top 5, and that's good race for Enes Neviovsky. Puts himself into 4th. Now we have Mate Stefan on the course. Mate Stefan from Slovakia. Big touch there, 2 touches so far for Mate Stefan from Slovakia. Gets himself in a little bit of trouble there, but he's corrected himself now. Another touch there for Stafford, unfortunately. So 3 gate touches so far already. His time's still going to be okay though, even with the 3 gate touches. He crosses the line now. He is in 3rd position. So raw speed was quite good there for Mate Stefan from Slovakia, but 3 gate touches has cost him a lot, unfortunately, but he's sitting in 3rd position at the moment. A lot of athletes to come though. This is Joshua Dietz now from Germany out on the course. Top 3, Smirnov, Sorgetz, Staffan. Triple S at the top of the leaderboard. Russia, Brazil, Slovakia, then a Hungarian, then Neviovsky from Macedonia. Dietz is still clean. It's been a good solid run so far from Joshua Dietz from Germany. Stays out of trouble there through 14, 15. Clearly around 16. Now 17 and 18. What's he going to do? How's he going to approach it? Goes straight through. Or gets a touch unfortunately on 18, but that's okay. Doesn't need to panic about that. Gets around 19. He has 1 more gate to go. I think this is going to be a good time. This is going to be in the high 80s, so it'll put him in a good position as Joshua Dietz crosses the line now, 88.18. So it moves him into 3rd position, Joshua Dietz. And here's his German teammate, Maximilian Dilly. Very fast, Maximilian Dilly at the moment. 1.7 seconds up on the time of Smirnov. Looking really strong in the water. Attacking those lines. Oh, just nearly got himself into trouble there. Lost maybe 1/4 of a second. Dropped back a little bit in time now after that little bit of bother, but he's clean. Stays clean there as well. Comes down to 16. No touches yet for Max Dilly. Maybe a little touch there, was there? Yes, on gate 18. Just brushed it on the way through. So a 2-second penalty, but we'll come down now. He's got one more gate to negotiate, so he's going to be in the low 90s as he comes down and crosses the finish line now. That's put him into 5th position. Started off so fast. Maybe he spent a little bit too much energy up the top, but he's currently sitting in 5th. Now the Belgian, Adrian Behetz. Oh, he was just cut that a bit too far, and he's going to go back and try and pick that up. Adrian Behetz, he's touched it already, so he will have a 2-second penalty. Comes through now for Adrian Behetz. So just lost a bit of ground there, having to go back and pick up the gate that he missed. Another touch there for Behetz. He's through 17 and 18. So another touch on 17. He's through 19. He's got one more gate to go. Unfortunately, though, his time is not going to be competitive with the top 10. Crosses now 12th for Adrian Behetz of Belgium. Jake Brown from Great Britain out on the course. Early touch there for Jake in gate 7. Maybe another brush there, was there? And here the British fans, the British support team, cheering him on here. Jake Brown from Great Britain. We saw Bethany Forrow do a great job in the women's junior C1. What can Jake Brown do here? There's a few Brits in this. There's another couple still to come, including our commentator from yesterday, Etienne Chappell, will be on the course very soon. He seemed pretty confident watching the race yesterday that he knew how to beat this course, so we'll watch with interest to see how he goes. But Jake Brown at the moment coming down now to the finish line. It's going to be the low 90s the time, so not too bad for Jake Brown, but he's not happy. He's not happy. Could have been better, I think he would be thinking to himself, but he's currently sitting in 6th as Julien Pajot. Julien Pajot from France heads off. 20 gates in front of him as he sits in the start block. He's already through 4 and he has no problems. 5, no problems at all. Actually, a little touch on gate 5. That's careless. Still just the one gate touch. He's not a million miles away from the fastest time for Julien Pajot from France. How will the back end of his race? There's another touch there though. 4 seconds in penalties so far for Pajot. $19 looks good. One more gate to go. Time's going to be not too bad, I think, for Julien Pajot. Comes down, crosses the line now. He is in 4th position for Julien Pajot, but those 3 gate touches, including a sloppy touch on the last, is problematic. Now, Lan Tomic, he was outstanding in Barcelona earlier this year at the Youth Olympic Games qualifiers in the slalom event. He won the slalom event in the qualifying. So let's see what they can bring to this event here. Lan Tomic from Slovenia. Gate touch on 8. Oh, yeah, just a bit of a touch there. It's thrown him off his line a little bit, but he's corrected himself, got through 18 okay. Needs a strong finish though, Tomic, to be in the mix. I don't think this is going to be fast enough, unfortunately, for Lan Tomic. Crosses the line now. 5th overall, but there are a lot of athletes still to come. So Lan Tomic may find that his day is over, unfortunately. Matej Pasek is the next athlete on the course. He's from Slovakia. Matej Pasek from Slovakia, racing down the course, picked up a touch on gate 4. A good line going now though. Some good pace down there through. Oh, just a touch though as he comes out of gate 12, gives him another 2-second penalty. 13 is okay. Oh, gate 14, a problem. Gets it this time, so having to double back there to try and pick up that gate that he missed, and then he gets into trouble on 16. So unfortunately for Matej Pasek, it's all gone a bit pear-shaped for him. 2 gates to go, but 2 gate touches and having to double back to fix up a missed gate has cost him a lot. So Matej Pasek will not see the finals this afternoon, unfortunately. 14th, he knows what's happened there. He's missed a big opportunity. Okay, here is the number 1 man, well, going into this event, from Germany, Thomas Zimmer. Sorry, from the Czech Republic, Thomas Zimmer. Has an ICF world ranking of 64 for a junior. That's pretty formidable. Let's see if he can live up to that ranking here and post a good time. I would have expected him to have qualified much higher up the list, but he qualified, and that's the main thing. He's putting in a good run here. He's up, well and truly up, 1.5 seconds up on the fastest time. So he's going well for Thomas Zimmer. Still clean, still fast. Gets through those tricky gates really, really well. So this has been a good run from Zimmer. He's going to be clean, I think, as long as he does nothing crazy with the last gate. He's through that without any problems. Okay, let's look at this time. It's going to be fast. Is it going to be the fastest? I think it is. Well and truly. 82.99 for Thomas Zimmer from the Czech Republic. He goes into the lead. That's a good time from the young man, befitting of his world ranking at the moment. Tim Bremer from Germany now. So it's Zimmer at the top. Just over 1 second behind is Smirnov, then Sorgetz from Brazil and Dietz from Germany and Peugeot from France. They round out the top 5. But still have a lot of athletes to go. touch on 13 for Bremer. Not a bad run though for Tim Bremer. I think he's going to be quite competitive even with that gate touch. Comes down now to the line. I think he's going to be around about 5th or 6th. 4th for Tim Bremer from Germany. He'll have a nervous wait now. Still a lot of athletes to go on the course. We've got about, well, we're just over halfway through the field. Joshua Joseph from the United States is the next man to go. Nice little polished run so far from Joseph. No mistakes and running a pretty good line. Drops a little bit deep there, but stays out of trouble. Touch there for Joseph, but just a 2-second penalty. He's coming down now. He gets through those tricky gates really well, 17 and 18. I think we're going to have a nice fast time here as well from Joshua Joseph. Goes through that last gate, needs to get a good line through the dip and over to the finish line. He's going to cross in 85.93 to put himself into 4th position for Joshua Joseph from the United States. And now it's Vid Ostrabank from Slovenia. Clips gate 11, but otherwise he's been quite fast. 4 seconds though outside the time of Thomas Zimmer. That is the time to beat at the top of the leaderboard. Another touch on gate 12 for Ostrabank. Down through gate 20, so a time maybe just outside what he needs. Crosses the line now in 10th position, so that unfortunately won't be good enough for Vid Ostrabank. Right, here we have Mikhail Trave, won the gold medal yesterday in incredibly impressive style in the C1. Let's see what he can bring to the K1, the young Spaniard. If he paddles anything like he paddled yesterday, he's going to give this race a really big shake. He's had a gate touch on number 4, but he does look pretty fast at the moment on the water. So Mikhail Trave, a gold medalist already at these World Championships. Just over 2.5 seconds down on the time of Zimmer. A little bit of trouble there for Trave, having to straighten himself up. Lost a bit of time, unfortunately, for the Spaniard. He's through 17 and 18, though. That's nice. Really nice move through there. Through gate 19. So just that 1-2 second penalty. How much petrol, though, can he push this to the line? He heads down there now. Mikhail Trave crosses the finish line. Ooh, he's in 4th position. He's happy with that, but there's a long way to go. He's got a lot to wait for. Mikel Trave from Spain, including Gabriel da Costa from Belgium, who is the latest athlete on the course. Well, this has been a very good run. This is nice and fast and nice and clean for Gabriel da Costa from Belgium. Gets around 16 with relative ease, so still clean and pretty close to that mark. He's going to be in the mid-80s, I think, by the time he crosses the line, through 17 and 18 with no problem at all. Just got this run to the finish line now for Gabriel da Costa. 82.99 is the time of Thomas Zimmer. It's not going to be quicker than that, but it's going to be close. Crosses the line now. 85.64, a cry of anguish there. He was travelling so well, but just the finish slowing him down a little bit there for Gabriel da Costa. Taylor Pittman now. From the United States of America. $15 athletes to go. Couple of cut touches there, gates 11 and 12 for Taylor Pittman. Just put him a little bit behind the Thomas Zimmer marker. Through 17 and 18 nicely though, really nice little combination there. Gate 19 looks good as well, so just those two touches I think will cost him dearly. Comes down to cross the line now. Yeah, just those 4 seconds of penalties. Very, very costly for Taylor Pittman. Puts him into 10th position. Now here's Etienne Chappell, our co-commentator from yesterday afternoon. He was sounding pretty confident yesterday. He was watching really closely and looking at this course and working out where he could make up time, where he had to be careful. Taking a pretty good line now, a very fast line for Chappell. Gets around, ooh, does that very nicely indeed. A very slippery move there from Etienne Chappell. Still looking strong. Really taking a good line here. This is a good polished performance so far from the young Brit. He's going to be pretty close to that time of Zimmer's. In fact, he's under. He's going really quick, Etienne Chappell. How much, though, energy has he used at the top of the course? He's good so far. Everything's looking strong. Comes around 16. He's clean so far. No problems there on 16. So no penalties for Etienne Chappell. 17 and 18 is good. Well, he did learn a lot yesterday watching. He's really learned how to deal with this course. This is going to be an incredibly fast time. Here he comes through the second last gate. We're going to have our new fastest qualifier, folks. Comes down to the line now. Yes, what a run for Etienne Chappell. Look at him. He is pumped. A great run for the young Brit. A lot of athletes to go, but that's going to be a very tough one to top. 80.97, more than 2 seconds faster than Thomas Zimmer from the Czech Republic. And it throws out a challenge to the rest of the field. Who has got it in them to go under 80 seconds? That's really the challenge now. Get under 80 seconds if you want to give yourself any chance at all of guaranteeing a top 10 spot. Maybe Valentin Luther is going to be the man from Italy. The Italians have certainly had a very good day. They like this course. They like the advantage it gives them over the rest of the field. Clean so far for Valentin Luther. About a second or so down on Chappell's time though. But Chappell is the quickest by more than 2 seconds, so a second down won't be too much of a problem as long as he holds it together. 16 is good. Now let's see what he does with 17 and 18. He goes the straight line. He's through there safely. Little touch on 17 that might be costly for Etienne Chappell. For Valentin Luther. Coming down now to the finish line. Lost it a little bit on the back end of that race. Unfortunately for Luther, crosses in 8th position. So it'll be pretty hard for the Italian to hold on to see finals action. Zach Mutton, brother of River Mutton from New Zealand. I assume brother, maybe they're cousins. But Zach Mutton is on the course. The New Zealander clean so far. Still no penalties for Zach Mutton. Just the second down on Chappell's time. Chappell was pretty quick at the bottom of the course though, so goes a little bit deep there, Zach Mutton. Coming down now to the finish line, his time will be reasonable. I think he's crossing the line now. He's going to be sitting in 4th position, not happy, smacks the water, and he was clean. No penalties at all for Zach Mutton, but currently sitting in 4th position, so he'll have a nervous wait because there are some very good athletes. And we're about to get into the final 10. After Jan Barta, we'll be into the final 10, and then we'll know the makeup of the final. But Jan Barta from the Czech Republic, we would expect him to do a pretty good time here. There's a current ICF world ranking of 101, so that's pretty impressive in a junior capacity. We just saw his time there. It's pretty fast. Can he stay clean? Can he hold his line? Get the thumbs up from Etienne Chappell as he walks past. He's pretty pumped with his run there. A big touch there for Jan Barta. Set him back a little bit. He was really good at the top of the course, but just a slight gate touch, but really good time still. He's headed around there in 72, so he should be around the 82nd mark as he heads down now towards the finish line. He'll be just over the 80 seconds, I think, so just outside Chappell's time, but he is the second quickest athlete, Jan Barta. There is an asterisk next to his name, so that 2 seconds, that 2-second penalty proving pretty costly, but he's still well and truly in the mix because we're now into the top 10. The last 10 athletes, we're going to get an idea now of the qualifiers, and this is Guilherme Rodrigues from Brazil. Etienne Chappell's time of 80.97 stands as the beacon for the rest of the field now. The last 10 athletes. A push off the wall there for Rodrigues from Brazil. Bounces through 10 and 11, no problems there. Nice turn there through gate 12. Heads down towards The tricky gate 13. Oh, was there a touch there? May well have been for... Yes, there was, unfortunately for Rodriguez. So a 2-second penalty, but he's still pretty fast. You saw his time come up there. So he's very quick. But just that gate touch on 13. He's good through 16 and 17, though. Nice straight line for Rodriguez. I think this is going to be a really good time for the Brazilian. Heads down now for the finish line. He'll be over the 80-second mark, which means Chappell will qualify. Rodriguez heads in third. 82.33. The Q goes up alongside Etienne Chappell's name. He'll be pretty stoked. He was already happy when he walked past us. He'll be even more happy now because he's got himself through to the final. All right, Italians, let's hear you. Let's hear you for Jakob Luther as he charges down the course. Unfortunately, well, it says here he's got a touch on gate 13. I'm not sure that could actually be right. I don't think he's been through gate 13 yet, so not quite sure how he's got a touch on gate 13, but let's just carry on. According to my other screen, he's clean, so ignore that 2-second penalty. He has been given one on gate 12, though, so obviously the judges had a premonition. They just got the wrong gate. A little touch on gate 12 gives him a 2-second penalty, but he's really putting it on the line here, this young man, in front of his home crowd. Jakob Luther through 17 and 18 nicely. Swings into gate 19, gets around there nice and clean. He's got one more gate to go, the down gate here. He's not going to be the quickest. Is he going to get himself into a qualifying position, though? It's a good time. It's fourth fastest, so he's not there yet. But Jan Barter is, from the Czech Republic. He's into the final. So Chappell and Barter are your two finalists so far. Can we get a Japanese athlete into the final? Yusuke Moto. Oh, not like that, we can't. Not like that. He really tried to turn a bit too sharp there, and over he went. So has that dashed his hopes of a final? More than likely. More than likely, because he lost some time. He'll be thinking now, where can I pick up that time? I've got a little bit of room to move, but not a lot. And there's a gate touch as well, so I think that is over. Unfortunately for the man from Japan, Yusuke Muto, 2 gate touches will end the day for the man who will welcome us all to Tokyo in 2 years' time. He would love to be there, I'm sure, paddling in Tokyo. Yusuke Moto. But of course, the Japanese already have some pretty accomplished C1 paddlers and K1 paddlers. It's through 17 and 18, no problems at all. 2 more gates to go for Yusuke Moto, but this is probably going to mean that, well, it will mean that Guilherme Rodrigues from Brazil will find himself with a Q next to his name, 24th for Muto. So Rodrigues with a Q next to his name. And there's another Italian on the course, Leonardo Gramondi. Now, interestingly, Jakob Luther is the next in line to qualify. So will his fellow countryman knock him out, or will he, or knock him out at this stage? He'll still be in the running, of course. Or will it be Luther who gets through? Either way, we're going to have an Italian in the final. No problems at all with that. That is an absolute certainty at this stage. It's a question of which one. Maybe it'll be both, but Gramondi's very fast at the moment, just under the time of Chappell, so a little bit slow there going through gate 13, lost a little bit of time, and now he's picked up a touch, unfortunately, on 14. 15's okay, 16 is a touch as well. Oh, he's really had to struggle there, unfortunately, for Leonardo Gramondi. It's fallen apart a little bit there through that section of the race, so, and a little touch there as well for Gramondi as he heads down now to 1 more gate to go. and heading down towards the finish line. Unfortunately, it will not be finals action for Leonardo Gramondi. 2 gate touches, but it does mean that his fellow countryman Jakob Luther is into the final. So there is one in. One Italian will be in the top 10. We're now watching Jakub Krečki from the Czech Republic. Fast so far and clean. Bouncing around through these gates, nice and clean. Ooh, just had to work a little bit there through gate 12 for Krečki. Down to number 13. So many athletes managed to clip this with their boat, but he's okay. Jakub Krečki from the Czech Republic. Into 16, looking nice and fast at this stage. 17 is good. Touch there on 18 and 17, in fact, so 2 late touches, unfortunately, for Krečki. That's going to make it tough for him. Heads down now towards the finish line, but 4 seconds in penalties. You're not going to be able to satisfy the judges, unfortunately, with that sort of error rate. So Krečki sitting in 9th at the moment, an asterisk next to his name, but definitely there were 2 touches. Jan Rohrer, now from Switzerland. Can he emulate some of his countrymen and women and make himself a finalist here at the 2018 ICF Under 23 and Junior World Championships in Ivrea? So far, I was going to say so far he's clean, but quite a big touch there on gate 8 for Jan Rohrer from Switzerland. Thomas Zimmer is through to the final. So the gate touch on gate 8. Ooh, there was a tight one as well for Rohrer from Switzerland. Judges have said that's okay. Oh no, he's lost his line there, unfortunately, for Jan Rohrer. Just lost his line coming through that gate. And that unfortunately has ended his hopes of a finals position for Jan Rohrer from Switzerland, which means that the Russian Igor Smirnov is into the final. Now another of the Brits, Ben Haylett, looking to try and join his teammate Etienne Chappell. Just an asterisk up against Jan Barta's name from the Czech Republic at the moment. He's the second qualifier, but there is an asterisk next to his name. I'll keep you posted on what happens there. But fast so far from Ben Haylett, but 2 touches on 7 and 8. That's going to be difficult. That's going to make things very difficult. 4 seconds is a lot in this competition. So Ben Haylett is really putting in the hard yards now, but how do you make up 4 seconds on this tricky course? Gets around gate 13. I think it might be a bridge too far for the young Brit. Heads into gate 16. Yeah, just lost his line a little bit there through 17 and 18. Maybe a brush there of 18. No, it's okay. The judges have said no problems. Down through the last gate and then the race for home, but unfortunately no finals for Ben Haylett from Great Britain. 4 seconds in penalties. He puts his hand to his head. 4 seconds is even take off those penalties and he would find himself outside the top 10. Just, I think, or maybe he might be slipping in 10th. So Jan Barta has had an extra 2 seconds added to Jan Barta. and has now dropped down to 5th, but he's still qualified. Zach Mutton from New Zealand is through to the final. We have 3 places to go and 3 athletes, and here is Pau Achinez from Spain. He was pretty fast in qualifying. What has he got for us in the semi-final? The time he wants to beat, sitting in 8th, is Murali Sorgets from Brazil. That's a time of 84.65. A gate touch on 13 is not going to make things easier for Pau Achinez, and a touch on 16 is really going to make things difficult. So he's going to have to really pull something out here in the last part. Could he get through even with 2 touches? Well, Jan Barta did. Can Pau Achinez? I think he can. I think he might. This is going to be good. He's through. 2 gate touches and he still qualifies in 4th position. That's impressive. That's very impressive from Pau Achinez from Spain. So 2 more positions available. 2 Frenchmen to come down the course. Vincent Delahaye is the penultimate athlete on the course. Waiting nervously in the stands, Murilo Sorgets from Brazil and Jakub Kreczki from the Czech Republic. Vincent Delahaye from France, though. Very good there, nice and smart through the upward gate. Bouncing there through 10 and 11. 12 is clear. Let's see how he goes on 13. He'll be tempted here to try and cut it. He's okay so far, and fast. He's a second quicker than Etienne Chapel at this stage, so that is a really fast top half of the course for the Frenchman. A little bit of trouble there on 16, but doesn't lose too much time. 17 is okay. He's clean so far. 18 is also clear. So he's going to be very, very close to the time of Chapel. Gets around gate 19. 1 more gate to go, and then it's the race for the finish. I don't think he's going to knock off the time of Chapel's, but he's going to be definitely a top 10 time. He crosses the line now. Oh, he is just under the time of Etienne Chapel. So he is your new fastest qualifier. Vincent Delahaye from France. There is an asterisk next to his name. He had a clean run, but there is an asterisk there. We'll wait and see what the judges have seen and what they're going to check out as we watch the last athlete, Anatole Delassus from France. But Vincent Delahaye is the man to beat. But even if he does get 2 seconds added to his time, he's still going to be fast enough to qualify for the final. Last man on the course in the 2018 ICF Canoe Slalom Junior K1 qualifiers is Anatole Delassus. He's fast as well. A little bit slow around there, but he's 0.46 seconds under the time of his fellow countrymen. Gate 16 is good as well. Are we going to have Frenchmen at the top of the leaderboard? 2 of them going into the final. Looking good so far. Good through 17 and 18. Gate 19 is also clear. He's going to be very close to the time of his countryman Vincent Delahaye. Maybe just outside it. He comes now towards the finish line. He's going to cross in 81.38. 3rd fastest time. Also, though, with an asterisk. So the 2 Frenchmen, 1st and 3rd at the moment, but both have asterisks next to their name, so we'll wait and see what the judges determine, but both of them can afford to have a touch and still be comfortable into the final. But at the moment, as things stand, it's Delahaye from France, Chapel from Great Britain, Delassus from France, Rodriguez from Brazil, Luther from Italy, Achinez from Spain, Zimmer from the Czech Republic, Barta from the Czech Republic, Smirnov from Russia, and Mutton from New Zealand. They are your top 10. The asterisk has come off from Anatole Delassus, so he's okay. But they're still checking out Vincent Delahaye, the top qualifier Having another close look at his run for Vincent. Oh, the asterisk has gone back on to De La Salle, so they're having another look at his run. But as I said, unless they find a 50, and I didn't see anything obvious that looked close to a 50. Well, De La Salle has just been given a 2-second penalty, so he's dropped from 3rd down to 8th. So he's still through, but he's now going to be the 8th starter. Well, he'll be the 3rd one off in the final. Just waiting now to see what the judges decide with Vincent Delahaye. The asterisk is still there for Delahaye. If he does get a 2-second penalty, he'll drop down to 4th. He'll drop down to 4th behind Etienne Chappell. But now he's been cleared as well. So Delahaye the quickest, Chappell second quickest, Rodriguez third, then Luther, Echenez, Zimmer, Barter, Delasas, Smirnov and Mutton. That is your top 10 for the men's junior K1 final. So the next event will be the women's junior finals, due to get underway at 4 o'clock local time, which is in around 40 minutes from now. So we'll take a break and be back to you with you just before the start of the finals. Thanks for your company.
And so at 4 o'clock, we will see the finals for Canoe single women junior, and at 4:22, the finals for K1m junior.
Volete anche solo un ricordo di questi campionati del mondo di Ivrea 2018, ricordo lo stand con maglie, gadget e chi più ne ha più ne metta per ricordarvi di questa bellissima manifestazione che ricordiamo oggi chiuderà il programma dello slalom, ma che nei prossimi 2 giorni, corretto Zeno, sarà la casa del mondiale di rafting, corretto?
Esattamente, iniziano oggi infatti anche i mondiali di rafting junior e under 23 in Val d'Aosta. Domani si sposteranno sul Camarante, questa sera con la cerimonia d'apertura, subito dopo quella chiusura del mondiale di Canoe inizieranno i mondiali di rafting per quello che riguarda i junior e gli under 23, specialità quella del rafting che si vuole cercare, che si sta cercando di unire a livello federale con proprio lo sport della pagaia e delle paline all'interno della ICF, quindi novità, tante novità, appunto l'appuntamento comunque resta per le finali a partire dalle ore 16 e 00, le ultime due.
So if you want to find some gadgets, you can find them in the merchandising area here. We have the merchandising area and you can find all the gadgets of the event of Ivrea 2018 World Championship Junior and Under 23.
mauloni che non vanno a presentare niente di buono, vedremo come madre natura si ospiterà per queste ultime gare dell'estrema kayak maschile, mentre la C1 femminile stanno scaldando le ragazze della C1. Ultimamente era Antonella dove l'evento femminile nostra piattaforma era una delle nostre fotografe dell'Ivrea Canoe con una nuova prospettiva dall'alto, e allora le pallatrici della C1 si stanno scaldando i motori, anzi stanno scaldando le braccia sulla zona tranquilla della zona base allestita per appunto il riscaldamento dei vari atleti. Bene, prima di una finale la concentrazione femminile, cosa pensa di passare prima di sentire quei 5 partiti di vita, poi passare il calcetto e andare con così forse?
Welcome back, everyone. It's finals time. It's the C1 Junior Women's Finals, and there's your start list. Alexandria, or it's not there at the moment, but Alexandria Choate from Australia will be the first athlete off. She'll be heading down the course in just a matter of minutes. Zoe Jacob from Germany. Teresa Neblova from the Czech Republic. From Slovenia, Sage Donnelly from the United States. Marta Bertoncelli from Italy. Sona Stanoska from Slovakia. Gabriela Sitkova from the Czech Republic. Her teammate Eva Rahova from the Czech Republic. And then the number one athlete for the final, Bethan Forrow from Great Britain. That's your lineup. It's exciting. There's some really good, talented athletes there. And we've seen already today, there are a lot of areas where there can be problems on this course, so they'll all need to be very much at the top of their game. This, what you're seeing at the moment is a replay from earlier on today. The final will get underway in around 2 minutes from now. These pictures, I know if some of you were watching before, it was quite frustrating. We lost some of the live action. These pictures were coming courtesy of Italian TV. So we are very much in the hands of the Italian TV, which is why they decided to show a replay from earlier today. But I think for the final, everything will be okay. I say, with incredible confidence. Can you hear the confidence in my voice? Everything's going to be sweet. The world will be fine, the world will be a better place. As we head towards the finals this afternoon, it's been a great week of racing. Ivrea has really put on a bit of a party for us. It's been top level racing in all competitions. We've seen the future of this sport, and it looks good. There's some exciting athletes who we're going to see a lot more of in coming years. Some of them we saw for the first time here in Ivrea. Some of them we've seen a lot of even before Ivrea. There's been some big names that have had their colours lowered. There's been some unknowns who have come forward and put their hand up and identified themselves as stars of the future. So we will see in this women's C1 junior final, is there another name to be added, a new name to be added to the record books? Could it be Alexandria Choate from Australia? She's on the course at the moment. She has that advantage of being the first one down there, the athlete who's going to put down a time for everyone else to try and beat. We saw in the under-23 C1s this morning, 5 athletes, half the field, missed gates. Quite remarkable. So Alexandria Choate, I'm sure she's aware of it. There's her Australian teammates running down the course alongside her, cheering her on. I'm sure she's aware that if she can get down without any major incident, even if she can get down clean, she's going to be in a really good position to challenge for a top 5, which would be an amazing result for this young lady from Western Australia originally. She's looking good so far at this stage. All clean as she heads into gate number 12 and still clean. So a really good run. Wow, this has been good. Can she hold it together now, though? This is the difficult part. Gate 13 can be problematic. She goes pretty deep on that, but that's going to keep her out of trouble. She shouldn't pick up a touch there, so she's fine through 13. 14 and 15 now in front of her. She's okay. She's good through 14. She's good through 15. This is developing into a really good run for this young lady from Australia. Alexandria Choate, gate 16 is good. Remember, only one athlete went under 100 in the qualifying. Alexandria Choate now, she's gone through 90 seconds. She's working really hard. She's going to go over 100, but not by much. So it's been a pretty good run for Alexandria Choate. Just a little touch there on gate 16, but still, she'll be, oh, and there's a roll. Correct yourself, she's okay. She's going to get up. She's all right. She comes down to the finish line. She'll be pretty happy with that performance. She'll be pretty happy with that. 1:10.63. It's not lightning fast, but it is something that everybody else has to beat. And it's not going to be an easy task for any of them. I can tell you. There are a lot of mistakes to be made out there on that course. Zoe Jacob from Germany. Let's see what she can do here. So just the one touch for Choate. 1:10.63. Zoe Jacob heads down. Clean so far and fast. But there you go, straight away there's a problem, and she's going to have to go around again to go through this gate. This is what I mean, there are so many areas where you can make mistakes. She's done a touch, but she avoids the 50, so gate number 8 brings her a 2-second penalty. How will that weigh on her mind psychologically? She gets close to that gate, she's fine. Ooh, and close again. The judges are okay with it. They've given her the thumbs up so far, so heading around now, her time's slipping a little bit. She's a little bit behind the time of Choate. Oh, and she's hit 13 as well. She's given it a real bang. So 4 seconds in penalties now. This is what I mean. The course can be so challenging. And she's in the stopper and having some problems getting out of there. So all of a sudden this run is becoming problematic. And she's gone too early now on gate 16. She gets around, sort of, now for gate 16. Alexandria Choate is sitting in the leader's position, and this run has been a bit of a problem, unfortunately, for Zoe Jacob. Turns around now into gate 19, so she's not going to be able to better the time set by Choate. 2 gate touches, unfortunately, for Zoe Jacob, and there's an asterisk next to her name. But currently she sits on 114.30. Now, Teresa Neblova, one would expect that she would be challenging for the medals with her experience and her performances at a senior level. But a final at a World Junior Championships can be a pretty daunting thing for a young lady. So Teresa Neblova heads off down the course. No touches yet. A little bit there. Oh, gets caught in the stopper a little bit there. Oh, and has thrown her right offline. She's found herself on the wrong side of the course, so she's got to paddle across now to get through gate 8. She's there now, but she's lost some valuable time, unfortunately, for Teresa Neblova. Picks it up now, though. She's got a bit of ground to make up. She spins her way through gate 10, comes back for gate 11. She's okay now, coming down here for gate 12. Her time is slipping away a little bit. She's well behind the time of Alexandria Choate. Comes down to gate 13. This time she's through without any problems, so making sure she doesn't make the same mistake there, but a bit of ground for her to catch up. Putting in the real hard ones here. Teresa Neblova from the Czech Republic. She's through gate 16. She has 17, 18 here. 2 in a row to get through. Just really having to work hard and finding it very... Oh, she's got herself across, but my goodness, that took a lot of effort. So her time is going to be outside of Choate's time as well. So Alexandria Choate, the Australian, enjoying some good time sitting on the top of the leaderboard and watching all these other athletes really struggling. So Neblova crosses in 1:12.80 So a couple of seconds behind the time of Alexandria Choate. Eva Hocevar, could she win a golden double? She's already got the K1 junior title. Wouldn't it be an incredible weekend for her if she was able to pick up the C1 gold as well? She's certainly capable. Oh, she's hit the rock. She's wedged herself. She caught the front of the boat, wedged onto the rock. Found herself momentarily there stuck, but she's back in action again now. What a horrible position to find yourself in. Unable to go forward because you've got your nose stuck on the rock there, but she managed to recover. How much time has that cost her? She's a couple of seconds down now, 3.5 seconds down. And a big gate touch there, unfortunately, for Hocevar on gate 8. So I'm sure she now knows that she's got to make up some time, maybe take a risk or two. She's through 10 and 11, gets through 11 now, gate number 12. Is clear, she's okay there. What about gate 13? This has been a problem for a lot of athletes. Comes down now. She's clear, no touch there for Hocevar. The time is tight. She needs to really try and pick up a second or two somewhere. I don't know where you can do it at this part of the course. Gate 16, she's around 17 and 18 now to get through. She does the spin. A little bit slow through 17 and 18, and a big touch unfortunately on 18, so that's another 2 seconds added to her time. So it's going to be tough for her. She's fast though. If she can get down through this bottom half, she's going to challenge this time by Alexandria Choate. I think she's going to go under it, even with, oh, a touch on gate 20, the last gate, but she's still quick enough to take that first spot. So 3 gate touches and still quick enough for Eva Hocevar, and she also missed a gate and had to go back and pick it up, so that's an impressive performance. So at the moment she's sitting in a double gold medal position, having already picked up 1 gold this week. Or one individual gold. So she's looking for 2 individual golds. But this is Sage Donnelly from the United States. There's nothing more to be said about Sage Donnelly that hasn't already been said. Very few people who have paddled this week who have spent more time in a canoe than this young lady from the United States. She's fast early. She picked up a touch, believe it or not, on the very first gate. Switches hands. She heads down now through the bubbling rapids of Ivrea. Gate 10 is okay. Gate 11 is okay now. Coming around through gate 12, Sage Donnelly, a world freestyle champion in, oh no, she's missed that. She's going to have to go back and do that gate again. Crucial error there for Sage Donnelly, and a costly one. That is going to cost her a lot of time. She heads back now, picks it up, but that's a gate touch definitely, so 2 seconds plus a lot of time to improve her error. So Donnelly now really has to work hard if she's got to stay in touch. Gate 16 is clear, so 17, 18 to come. What will she do to get through here? Goes for the straight line. That's all good. Coming into gate 19. Unfortunately, I think she's going to be outside the top 2, so she might find herself sitting 3rd. If she, oh no, she's gone a little bit wide there, unfortunately, as well for Sage Donnelly. Coming down now to the finish line, though. She's going to cross it, and she's going to be 3rd, yes. 3rd position for Sage Donnelly. Got herself into a real spot of bother on that 1 gate. 2 gate touches as well. 1:10.85 puts herself in 3rd. So Hocevar 1st, Choate 2nd, Donnelly 3rd. And here's the Italian, Marta Bertoncelli. There is plenty of room here for someone to come out and nail a gold medal to the wall here, because the fastest time at the moment is 1:06.96. And we know that Bethany Forrow went under the 100 in qualifying, so at the moment it's wide open. We've had half the field have gone through. Fast so far is Marta Bertoncelli, but just hit that stopper and lost her line a little bit there, but it's not going to cost her too much. You can see she's not taking any undue risks at the moment. She knows, just needs to be careful, keep her head, let the water do the work. And she's doing that really well at the moment. Now the upgates, that's nice and clean, no problems there. So no penalties yet for Marta Bertoncelli. You can hear the crowd in the background getting behind her. Gate 13. She's well up. She's more than 6 seconds up now on the rest of the field. So this has been a good run so far. Just needs to make sure she doesn't throw it away on these last few gates. Comes down now to gate 16. And she's still clean. This is good. She's going to put herself in line for a medal if she's safe through 17 and safe through 18. Yes. Maybe a little touch. Yes, there was a little touch on gate 18, but it's not going to affect her too much. This is still going to be a really good time. She could go under the 100. No, she'll go over 100, but not by much. Marta Bertoncelli from Italy. The home crowd getting behind her. Crosses the finish line now. She's in first position. Listen to the crowd. They love it. Absolutely love it. Could we have an Italian golden double here in Ivrea on the final day of competition at the ICF 2018 Canoe Slalom Under 23 and Junior World Championships? Yes, we could. Marta Bertoncelli, that is 5.72 seconds faster than Eva Hosova. You, my young girl, are sitting in the gold medal position. But this lady will have a big say in this. Sona Stanovska. She is deservedly the pre-event favourite, given her credentials, given her experience. She'll be very determined to put something down here that's worthwhile, because she's come into this event with expectations, high expectations. She was fastest qualifier in the K1, but couldn't quite nail it in her final. She was second fastest in the C1 with a gate touch. So Sona Stanovska, she has that quick time of Marta Bertoncelli to beat of 101.24. But if anyone can do it, it is Sona Stanovska. Good so far. She's clean. She's really working hard there with the arms. She's a very strong young lady, Sona Stanovska. She's going to turn now. She's going to be very close, I think, to the time of Bertoncelli. Actually, no, she's slipped out. She's a couple of seconds behind. 5.94 seconds, in fact, behind the time of Bertoncelli. So she's going to need to... Oh, her line's not that good through there, unfortunately. She had to work really hard to correct it. So even though she's clean, she's having to work extra hard. Her line hasn't been that good, unfortunately, for Sona Stanovska as she's come down through the course. She's got 2 more gates to go. Her time already is ticking up to around the 90-second mark. Oh, I don't think she's going to go under Bertoncelli's time. I think that time will stand as the quickest on the course. The question is, can she go under Hosova's time? She's going to be around 104, 104.5 for Sona Stanovska, the silver medal position for Sona Stanovska for Slovakia. We have 3 athletes to go. 3 athletes who could ruin the party for the Italians. And Gabriela Setkova, with her wild water experience, could well be one of them. Let's see how she goes. You can sense the expectation in the air here amongst the Italian crowd. It's been a really good crowd. They've been lining up for hours along the banks, just watching these athletes charging down the course. And when they see an Italian on the course, well, they really let loose. When they see an Italian on the top of the leaderboard, well, it really does go off. Gabriela Setkova, she's down a little bit so far on Bertoncelli's time, but there's plenty of gates to come. So Gabriela Setkova, clean so far, through 12, no touch there. Let's see what her time's like as she heads down to gate 13. It's going to be tight. She heads around now. Oh, she's just under Bertoncelli, just over Bertoncelli's time, I mean. Let's see how she finishes off this. A little bit wide there, swaps hands now. She's going through 16 and 17, all right there. Sorry, 14 and 15, 16. She's just losing a little bit of time there, going up and down in the one spot a little bit. Now she's going through 16 and 17, 17, 18, through there. Oh, she's got stuck there in a bit of a hole. Oh my goodness, that is costly. That really has cost her some valuable time, Gabriela Setkova. I don't think she's going to beat Bertoncelli's time. She's still got 1 more gate to go. So Marta Bertoncelli is going to win a medal. Gabriela Setkova crosses the line. She's picked up an amazing amount of time. Over the last gate, she has really rattled home. That is a big finish for Gabby Setkova. I thought that she'd blown her chances. but she has picked up something special in the closing stages of that race to put herself into the #1 spot and to guarantee her a medal. What colour will it be though? Eva Rahova, her Czech teammate. Can she spoil the party for Satkova? Out she goes, Eva Rahova. One more athlete after this, Bethany Foro. Incredibly impressive in the semi-final. She'll have the final say on the standings in this event. Let's watch Eva Rahova. She's fast so far, very fast in fact, and clean. Such a powerful paddling stable, the Czech. Oh, there's a gate touch there for Rahova. It's gone up as a 2 for a touch, but then a real problem on gate 11. She's got a 50. She's got a 50 for Eva Rahova, so she is out of medal contention. And there's some tears being shed. There are some tears being shed in the kiss and cry area at the moment as these girls realise there's going to be some medals coming their way. For Eva Rahova, unfortunately, a missed gate, so it's going to guarantee that Satkova and Bertoncelli are going to win medals. They don't know what colour yet because there's a very impressive young lady waiting now, waiting to set off on this course. Bethany Foro from Great Britain, the only athlete who can change the outcome of this event. Gabi Satkova sitting in the lead. Bertoncelli. Unfortunately, Rahova cannot believe that she's got a 50. She's so disappointed. 54 seconds in penalties. Take those off and she would be in the bronze position if you took those 54 off, but of course you can't do that. Bethany Foro, the last lady on the course. She's been impressive all week. Has she got the stamina? Has she got the composure to put it together in a big race, in a final? We know she's fast. She went under the 100 in the semi-final. No one has gone under the 100 mark in the final. So if she can repeat her performance from the semi, she will win herself a gold medal. She doesn't know that just yet. I'm sure she's not aware of the time she has to beat. Oh no, for Bethany Foro, she's blown it. She has blown it. She lost her line there. She buried her nose under the water. And look at the reaction in the kiss and cry. They know that this race has been decided. Unfortunately for Bethany Foro, incredible bad luck there. Buried her nose under the water, and that has cruelled her chances of a gold medal. She's working really, really hard to try and get back in this race, but that is a tough break for the young lady from Great Britain. Bethany Foro comes down now. She's more than 6 seconds behind Gabriela Setkova's time. That's too much to make up in the back half of this course. So she's pushing hard though. She wants to finish this race and hold her head high, Bethany Foro, but the gold medal is going to go to Gabriela Setkova from the Czech Republic. Another touch there, a touch on 15 as well for Bethany Foro. So unfortunately today is not going to be her day as she heads now to gate 19. It's going to be Gabi Satkova with the gold, Marta Bertoncelli from Italy with the silver, and Sona Stanoska from Slovakia will take the bronze. Gabi Satkova the gold. Bethany Foro crosses the line. She cannot believe it. She is absolutely distraught at what might have been, what should have been maybe. She knew what she was capable of, but that hasn't gone to plan for her. But let's take nothing away from Gabriela Satkova. When the pressure was on the line, she dug really, really deep, and she has taken the gold medal for the Czech Republic. Marta Bertoncelli will be absolutely stoked with the silver. Take that 2-second penalty off and she could have had a gold. And Sona Stanoska from Slovakia, such a campaigner, such a hard performer, picks up the bronze. That's your 1, 2, 3, ladies and gentlemen. Gold to the Czech Republic, silver to Italy, and bronze to Slovakia. Oh my goodness, that was a race and a half, wasn't it? Absolutely fantastic. What you would expect from a final. And Gabi Satkova, with her experience in the wild water, able to hold her nerve together, and just those last 2 gates And the race home is where she won that race. She picked up so much time in the race to the finish line. There she is now on screen. I don't think she can quite believe it. Some tears being shed here for Gabriela Sapkova. She told me before she hates being interviewed. She can't stand, makes her too nervous. But today she's going to find herself interviewed by a lot of people because she's a gold medalist and she's going to have to enjoy the moment. Oh, how do we top that? Well, we top that by bringing you the K1 men's junior final. And look at the lineup there. Zach Mutton, Igor Smirnov, Anatol Delasas, Jan Barta, Thomas Zimmer, Paul Etchenez, Jacob Luther, Guilherme Rodriguez, Etienne Chappell and Vincent Delahaye. 10 formidable young men who are looking to etch their name into the history books with a World Junior gold medal. There's Bertoncelli. She's pretty pumped to have won that silver medal. Lots of congratulations going on down there amongst the medalists. Well done to all of them. Hugs all round. Here we are, we're underway in the men's race though. This is Zach Mutton from New Zealand. We saw the Australian Alexandria Choate in the previous race put down a solid first run and hold on to that leader position for the first half of the event. Can Zach Mutton do the same? Just brushes gate 5 on the way through. And really, in a final, you got to try and hope that you're not going to pick up any penalties because 2 seconds can mean the difference between a medal and finishing at the bottom half of the field. But Zach Mutton still pushing hard despite that touch. Looking fast now as he comes down to gate 12 for the New Zealander. (18 years of age, so in his last year of competing at the junior level for Zach Mutton. He's been clean ever since gate 5, so he's 17 and 18. If he holds it together, he's still going to be able to post a pretty reasonable score. Anything around the 80 is really good, so he's going to be just over 80 seconds, I think, as he comes down here to the last gate, heads towards the finish line. He's going to be around 82 seconds, right on 81.84. That is a good time. Take 2 seconds off that and he goes under 80, but Zach Mutton has put it out there. He's put it out there for the rest of the field. Now, we are, as I mentioned, we are taking Italian TV feed and they want to speak to their silver medalist, but hopefully we'll cross back to see Igor Smirnov, who's about to take off on the course. Igor Smirnov from Russia. Zach Mutton is in the sheds. And here he is, Igor Smirnov, heading down the course. We do have an Italian in this field, of course, Jakob Luther. He'll be going off 4th from last. Igor Smirnov from Russia is the man we're watching at the moment. The time to beat, 81.84. Clean so far. He's up by 1.5 seconds on the time set by New Zealand's Mutton. Looking strong at the moment, Smirnov. He's got himself a good line. Oh, just loses a little bit there through 11, but he's back on track now. Gate 12 is fine, no problems there. So coming down to gate 13, he's got to hit that and not go too early. He's just dropped a little bit now behind Mutton, but there's nothing in it as he heads down now towards gate 16. All good there, so 17 and 18, needs to try and stay clean. Needs to try and avoid a touch. A couple of very angry dogs having a crack at it, having a go at each other out there. The tension is high here at Ivrea. Here he comes down towards the finish line. He's not going to go under Zach Mutton's time. I think it's going to be close though, but I think it's going to be Mutton who leads. Smirnov, 83.25. Sits in second, puts the hands in the air. He's reasonably happy there. He has an asterisk next to his name, but at this stage, a clear run for the boy from Russia, Igor Smirnov. Now, Anatol Delasas from France. He picked up a 2-second penalty in the semi, which dropped him from 3rd all the way down to 7th. 8th, sorry, for Anatole de Lassas. So we know that he can be quick. Nice and tight through the top 3. Gate 4 is good, fast. He's now got himself into a good line there through 5. Into 6, everything's looking pretty good at the moment for Anatole de Lassas. Really fast, in fact. He's 3 seconds up on the time set by Zach Mutton. So he's really paddling a race here, Anatole de Lassas. 18 years old, he's in his last year in the juniors, so pretty keen to go out on a big one, and he's putting it all together now. This has been a very impressive top half. He's still 3.8 seconds up on Zach Mutton's time, so if he can hold this together, he's going to be in a pretty good position. Come to the finish. 16 is good as well, that's clean, so no problems at all so far for Anatole de Lassas. Oh, just gone a little bit wide there. A little bit wide through 17 and 18. Lost a fraction of a second there for de Lassas. Not too much though, but he's going to be, I think, the new leader. Heading down towards the finish line now. It's going to be tight, but I think he'll be just under 1.5 seconds, which is a pretty good effort considering where he found himself at one stage. Once again though, there is an asterisk next to his name for de Lassas, much as there was during the semi-final. It's a bit of deja vu for de Lassas. But at this moment, he is in the gold medal position. Anatole de Lassas. Now, Jan Barta from the Czech Republic, another who had a late penalty attached to his name. He picked up a couple of touches in the semis, so and still managed to get through. So raw speed is not a problem for Jan Barta from the Czech Republic. It's all going to come down to technique for this man. Here he goes now through gate 3. Everything's good so far. The asterisk has come off for de Lassas, so he is legitimately now in the gold medal position with that time of 80.32. Jan Barta, very much capable of going under the 80-second mark here. There's nothing in it at the moment in terms of times. So Jan Barta won't leave anything out there. He will put it all on the line. Smashes his way through 10 and 11. Comes down to gate 12. Clean through there as well. The time is looking good. Heads down towards gate 13. Just a little bit behind, but not much. Is really, really tight there through 13. Now, de Lassas did lose a little bit of time going through 17 and 18. So there is a potential there to make up some time there if Barta is capable of doing so. He was a little bit slow out of 16 though. 17 and 18 is quick though, so he is quicker through there than de Lassas. So is he good enough to finish this race off? 70 seconds as he goes through the second last gate. 74 seconds. I think he's going to go under 80. Here is your new leader, ladies and gentlemen. There he goes. What a performance. 79.4 for Jan Barta from the Czech Republic. A strong finish there for the young man. Really, really good performance from Jan Barta. He is your new leader. Clean and fast. 79.4 is his time. Pretty impressive. It's going to take some beating. Now his Czech teammate though, Thomas Zimmer, will be wanting to have a bit of a say here. The number 1 ranked paddler coming into this event, Thomas Zimmer. I'm sure he would have heard his colleague, his teammates, yell as he crossed the finish line, so he would know that that was a good time, which will mean he'll have to probably take a few risks here, but if anyone's going to take them and pull them off, it is Thomas Zimmer from the Czech Republic. He's nice and clean, exactly the same time. Wow, there is not a hair's breadth between himself and his teammate Jan Barta at this stage of the race. A long way to go though. Got to hold it together. Gate 16 was where Barta maybe lost maybe a nanosecond, so maybe Zimmer can pick something up there if he's clean through the rest of the course. Oh, he's up by 0.42 of a second. This is a really good run from Thomas Zimmer. Needs to hold it together through here. He's okay, not quite the line he would have liked. Now here's where he could possibly make up a bit of time. He's quick through 16, so 17 and 18 now. If he can stay clear, he is clean. This is going to be, oh, he's got a touch on 17. That will be crucial for Thomas Zimmer. He's coming down now to the line. I think that 2 seconds is going to weigh heavily on him. He comes down to the finish line. Yes, unfortunately for Thomas Zimmer, the 2 second touch on gate 17, proving the difference. Puts him into third. There is an asterisk next to his name, so they will go back and check gate 17. But at this stage, the asterisk has already come off, so they're pretty confident there was a touch there on gate 17. So Thomas Zimmer, without that 2 seconds, he would be in the lead. But that's not the way that this event operates. The whole point is to go through without touching the gates. Now the very, very slippery Spaniard, Pau Echenes, he is very fast. Can he be clean though? It's all well and good to be fast. You've got to be clean as well. If he can put those two combinations together, he'll be in the hunt for a medal. But the time to beat, he's got to go under 80 seconds because Jan Barter is sitting there at 79.4. And that is going to take a world of beating. He's just about a second behind the time at the moment. A little bit slow there through that up gate as well. So dropping back a little bit further. Echenes from Spain. Fast though through 10 and 11. That was nice and slippery. Let's see how he goes around 12. That was good as well. So he's trying to pick up some speed where he can. He's going to be 1.42 seconds down though on Jan Barter's time. So I'm not sure that Barter had... Oh, and there's a touch. So I think that will rule him out, unfortunately, of the gold. Maybe he can still put himself in the hunt for the silver, but I don't think so. He's going to have to be clean. The top two athletes at the moment are both clean. So unfortunately for Pau Echenes, his medal chances are slipping away. Comes down now with the last gate and then to head for the finish line. He's not going to figure in the medals, unfortunately, for Pau Echenes. Comes in 6th position. It's all what could have been, what might have been for Pau Echenes. But that was a pretty big hit on that gate. So we're down to the last 4, and here is your Italian. Let's listen in to the crowd here. The Italian crowd get behind Jakob Luther. They've had a good day already, the Italians. They've had a gold, they've had a silver. Can they pick up a medal here in the final individual event before the extreme canoe slalom later on this evening? But Jakob Luther, the weight of the Ivrea is on your shoulders. The weight of Italy is on your shoulders as he comes charging down. This event going out live on Italian TV this afternoon, so I'm sure there's an audience watching, cheering on. Many of them may be watching for the very first time this wonderful sport of canoe slalom, and they're looking at this young man and thinking, what has he got? Is this a guy we should be following in the future? Well, yes, you should. I think he's already proven that. The man has a stack of ability. He's a little bit off the top pace at the moment, 1.42 behind, but he's clean. Just needs to keep going and powering on down towards the finish. There are some tough parts of the course where he can possibly cut some angles. Coming in now to gate 12, it's still clean for Jakob Luther. The crowd are really getting behind him. They're cheering him on. Coming down to gate 13. He slipped back to more than 2 seconds, and a bit of a struggle for him to get up there through 13, so he will have lost a little bit more time there. I don't think he's going to figure in the medals, unfortunately, Jakob Luther. But the crowd are really getting behind him, trying to lift him as he heads through these last 4 gates. He's okay so far. He's got 2 more gates to go. His time is slipping out, though. Can he make top 5? That's got to be his goal now for Jakob Luther from Italy. Through the final gate, turns for home, charges down to the finish line. Jakob Luther from Italy. Oh, he's rolled. He's rolled. I hope that he made it to the finish line before he rolled. You cannot go over the finish line upside down. And an asterisk has gone up next to Jakob Luther's name. Oh my goodness. He was just putting everything on the line, Jakob Luther, trying so hard And, well, the question is, did he cross the finish line upright or did he roll when he crossed the line? Asterisk remains on Jakob Luther's name as we watch Guilherme Rodrigues. We're going to start to know where the medals are heading after this run. Guilherme Rodrigues from Brazil. All good so far through the top 4. Coming down to gate 5. Everything's good there. The asterisk has gone off Luther's name, so they've decided that he was okay as he crossed the line, so he's in 6th position. Rodrigues just down, but not by much. Pushes himself off the wall to get a bit of extra speed. He probably picked up a nanosecond there off the wall. So Rodrigues pushing hard, working really, really well in these tough conditions. Coming down to gate 12. Does that nicely. A really good spin through gate 12. This has been a good top half of the course for Guilherme Rodrigues. Oh, a gate touch there is going to be very costly, unfortunately, for Guilherme Rodrigues on gate 13. 2 seconds added to his time. Oh, that's going to make it hard for him to figure in the top 2. And, oh, there you go. Another gate touch on 16. The medal chances are slipping away, if they haven't slipped away altogether, from Guilherme Rodrigues from Brazil. And another touch on 18. That's his race over, unfortunately. The man from Brazil is not going to figure in the medals, picking up 3 gate touches. So that means that Jan Barta from the Czech Republic has a medal. Definitely has a medal. He also has an asterisk next to his name, just to add a complication to the situation. I'm not sure what they're looking at with Jan Barta. Could there be a late drama here in Ivrea? But Guilherme Rodrigues, with those gate touches, has put himself out of the reckoning. Etienne Chappell, our co-commentator from yesterday, he was so relaxed, studied the field so... Here he goes. He's racing down the course. Oh, an early touch on gate 3. That is going to be really heart-wrenching for Etienne Chappell. It means he's going to have to work really hard to pick up some ground. Oh, and he's gone too early, unfortunately. So Etienne Chappell's race, unfortunately for the medals, is going to be over. That is going to make it too hard for him to get back up there in that top 3. The asterisk has gone off Jan Barta's name, so he has a medal. I think that Anatole Delassas from France has a medal. It's just a question of what colour, because Etienne Chappell, unfortunately, trying to pick up a little bit of extra time after that early gate touch, has put himself out of contention with that gate number 8. It was a problem. Let's see if he can finish this nice and strong. We know that he's quick, but maybe he's left himself just too much work to do for Etienne Chappell now, because those top 2 athletes, they were really, really fast. And oh no, for Chappell, it has been a problem. He got himself stuck in that hole as well. So Chappell now turns. He's got 1 more gate to go through. It's not going to be his day though, unfortunately. Comes down now with just the run to the finish. But yes, a difficult run for Etienne Chappell. Puts the hands in the air. Disappointing, but look, he'll be back to fight another day. Charming young man, 17 years old, so he's got another year to go in the juniors. We'll see much more of Etienne Chappell, I'm sure. 1 more man to go. The only man who can upset the apple cart. There's going to be at least 1 medal coming to France. Could there be 2 medals going to the Czech Republic or 2 medals going to France? That's what's at stake here as Vincent Delahaye heads off down the course. At this stage, it's gold Czech, silver France, bronze Czech. But that's, oh, Delahaye, an early touch on gate 3, the same as Chappell did. So how will he respond? Vincent Delahaye, the line there was also, he's a little bit off with his line, so top part of the course not that good for him, almost 2 seconds down as he heads into gate 8. He's clean there though, so that's okay. Somehow got to make up 2 seconds though. I'm not sure how you do that on this course. I'm not sure how you do that today, because it is a real challenge. There's not a lot of slippage room. Vincent Delahaye now, he comes down, still 1.8 seconds down on the time of Jan Barter. So he's may well be racing for silver here, I think. I think Jan Barter might have the gold medal safely in his keeping. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, but Vincent Delahaye is going to have to do something really special here in the closing stages of this race. Comes around gate 19. It's the run home now. I don't think he's going to be quick enough for gold. He won't be quick enough for gold. Can he win the silver? Here he comes down to the finish line. He has crossed. He's got fourth. He's missed a medal. It is Jan Barter from the Czech Republic who is going to take the gold medal. Anatole Delasas from France will take the silver. And Thomas Zimmer from the Czech Republic will take the bronze. Gold and bronze to the Czech Republic. Silver to France. And Vincent Delahaye with the touch, a 2-second touch, finishes in fourth. Well done, Zach Mutton from New Zealand. He was the first athlete on the course. He's finished in fifth. Igor Smirnov, sixth. Jakob Luther, the Italian, seventh. Rodriguez from Brazil, eighth. Echenez from Spain, ninth. And Chappell from Great Britain comes in 10th position. Look at those times. Look at those clear runs there for the top two. That's what the difference was. Both Zimmer and Delahaye with 2-second penalties, they would have figured in the medals if they had have been able to keep their runs clean, but unfortunately unable to do so. Thrilling racing. What a great afternoon, and there's still more to come. We've got the extreme kayak, the men's extreme canoe slalom coming your way at 5:40. So about an hour from now, they've got to set the course. 5:40 from now, we'll have the final events of this week. It's going to be a cracker. Hope you can join us then.